Hey, welcome to another episode of the Decoding Cross-Border Ecommerce podcast. It is August 29th, Minimis Day, and there's a lot going on today, Aaron. We're going to talk about postal specifically. We have a lot of stories. We're not going to tell them all today because we don't have enough time. Let's just give what's the status today? What's going to come into the United States? Like what do we know what some posts are doing? And what else would you like to cover today?
Well, I do want to cover one thing before we dive into all of that. What day of the week is it today?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Do you know which days of the week are the strongest?
No.
Saturday and Sunday. Do you know why?
No.
The rest are weekdays.
So,
all right, let's
Aaron,
dive into this.
Aaron, you know why my dad jokes are better? Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because you're always Aaron on the side of caution.
Oh,
yeah.
We got a double whammy today. That
You
was
didn't
good.
see that one coming.
I didn't see that coming.
Okay. All right. So it's out. Zonos is working with Canada Post, Royal Mail, Australia Post, Ukraine, New Zealand. There's some others we can't, talk about yet, but let's go with those five. What's the status of shipments coming into the United States today?
Here's a cool story. Which one of those do you think is going to be the first one with shipments coming in?
Well, Royal Mail was definitely ahead of things, getting things like in place.
Yes. Royal Mail, Canada, Ukraine are the first three.
All three that are basically ready. They're all ready. Things are going to come in from all three.
The first shipments we're seeing, Ukraine. How cool of a story is it that this thing happened in the last 30 days. I don't think people realize how ridiculous of a timeline this is for everyone to respond and react to this whole new process. Not only that, so this executive order came out 30 days ago, de minimis going away, put this whole new process in place and a burden put on either the airlines or a third party like us to figure this out along with the post. And now the posts have to collect the duties before they can ship. All things that were not in place 30 days ago. On top of that, the guidelines, Customs and Border Protection, they had to respond and figure out the process to then communicate with everyone. That took them about 2 weeks. And so has been a mad scramble for Customs. It's been a mad scramble for us, a mad scramble for all the postal community. And the fact that we have some people live is unreal.
No, it's unreal. Like Canada Post, they've said they've never moved so fast ever. They had their whole team working over the weekends. Shopify worked their butts off with us to make sure that they were live in Shopify. I mean, the amount of Herculean over the weekend, we're just like phone calls, up at like 2 a.m., talking with, Royal Mail, trying to get things figured out. Our team's in Europe right now, making sure that things are going well. We have a team in Australia.
We're in Asia too, but we're flying all over the place,
trying to keep continuity of service as best as we can on such short a notice. And yeah.
And still, to me, my favorite part of all this, the one country that maybe you might, actually, I'm not surprised because I've seen them do some pretty Herculean things. The war-torn country of Ukraine.
Yeah.
With everything going on.
They figured it out.
And why? Because this is really, really important. They have a lot of their citizens that are shipping postal to the U.S. They've got small businesses that are dependent on this. Like, this is massive and really important to them, and they made it happen. And
it is unreal. And they had to get creative with like agreements and things like that when they're in this situation. And it's amazing. Big kudos to Ukraine. Massive kudos to Royal Mail, who was the first to lead out at getting something ready and done. Got their announcement out that they're going to be shipping it to the United States. This is working inside of their retail counters, working for their businesses. And then again, the Canada story is just wild. Here's the difference. Okay, Royal Mail has collected duties before. They've kind of dealt with this. They've done this before. Dude, Canadians, their biggest lane's the United States. The de minimis has been
they've never needed. There's no duty to collect.
Why would DDP matter to them? And then all of a sudden, it not only did it matter because postal, it's mandated. It went from matter to like life support, like critical. This is 911 thing. And so we flew up to Canada, met with the team, And I'm telling you, I walked in that room, 25 people around this table, and they're like, what do you got? Basically. And I'm just sweating. I'm like, well, I got 30 days, but we're now at like 17 days left or 20. I don't know what we were at the time. I'm like, well, we built an app in like a week, like 2 weeks, to kind of demo what conceptually it would look like to try to, at a retail counter, collect duties. And so I'm like, well, yeah, we kind of have this app, and like we can do this, or we're trying to get a feel for like, how do we get product market fit to help you, a business that's never collected duties. And we had already written a ton of documentation on this. They came in with all the flow charts. They're like, we read all your docs. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to integrate your declaration ID, and we're going to validate that all the duties have been paid this way. And I was like, they understand this better than my team, right? I mean, there's a few of us that wrote those docs, and they came in so prepared. And then next thing you know, it was like, we're just cruising, trying to get something built. So today, Canadians, get an email saying, go to Zonos, sign up for an account, and Zonos is going to be the billing partner on behalf of Canada Post. And then yesterday, dude, we had like thousands of shipments come in from people walking into retail counters. They take a photo of the good, and then it does all, the AI does all the description of goods, gives the HS code, gives the price, everything for the duties. They pay the duties. The person at the counter scans it. They link it to the shipment, and off it goes. And the fact that we pulled this off in this amount of time is just, our team has been working. I mean, it's like I get here at, I don't know, 3 a.m, and then I'm leaving at 8 because I need to go to bed. I'm like, I got to be up at 3 again. And our team's still here past 8, staying up, just all time. It's been the most amazing. This has been the coolest experience of my entire career.
I couldn't agree more. And I think it's important to note what we're talking about building. We already had the foundation there. And now it was a matter of reassembling our tech for a new use case that never existed 30 days ago. And it's been absolutely amazing to watch this all come together. And we saw a need that had to be filled, and we were uniquely positioned to do it. And to see the team rally around it to help these posts and all these small businesses in all these countries to be able to keep shipping into the US. Honestly, it's been pretty dang rewarding to make it happen.
The reason we're uniquely positioned, and I think the top one, even though there's some others, and I'll mention those, but the number one thing, Aaron, is we are not a logistics provider, nor do we monetize logistics. And it puts us in a position to partner with companies that are needing support in technology to calculate, collect, and remit duties. And so when this happened, we took the tools that we've been using for years in e-commerce with a checkout that can take, payments in the foreign currency with foreign payment methods. And then we adapted this entire thing and flipped it to become essentially a third-party duty remittance service for some of these posts. And not every post is doing the same. Royal Mail, they're set up slightly different, and they had more abilities to integrate it more directly. But I'm excited later to talk about the story of how we got here. But I mean, we just gave you just a glimpse into the past couple weeks of the insanity. And I mean, Etsy too. Etsy emailed all their sellers because their sellers need to calculate duties. They emailed them all and said, here, Zonos is going to give you a free account to calculate duties. And then Etsy, how good have they been at partnering with?
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this is where it's not just a need of trying to integrate with posts. All of the post customers, the Etsys, the retailers all over the world that now all of a sudden have to account for duties that they've never had to worry about before. Yep. We're giving away calculation tools for all of them to be able to understand what their new costs are going to be, and which has been honestly that the response to that has been way more than I ever imagined.
And the help that we got from them on the Hill in DC, right, or with the Department of Commerce and with Customs and with the United States Postal Service, who also has been an amazing partner here, and I mean Roman specifically, but there have been a lot of once this became clear, the Department of Commerce was serious and it was going to be 30 days. There were a lot of people that came together to get something to work. And customs included. I mean, so hats off to them. Hats off to so many people. And we have a lot of podcasts we could do. We could go for honestly probably 3 or 4 hours talking about the past 2 months. But I think this is super helpful to know the current state.
Totally agree. And the current state today, it's going to change drastically in the coming days, weeks, and months as many more posts start coming back online. But it's rewarding to see some of the biggest posts shipping to the U.S.
Yes.
And some of the posts like Ukraine and others that are ready to go. It's so meaningful to their citizens, and this is just the beginning. And I'm super excited to see where things go from here.
Me too. Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks.